I thought I would make a video today to show you a technique that I've used a couple of times, and I really love it. It's a very easy technique to do, but I shared a project with someone and they asked how I got the multi or the dual toned, because I made Easter eggs. I punched out Easter eggs, as you can see, and they asked how I got them multi or dual tone like that. And I thought I would make a video and show you because it's really an easy technique. And so with that, I'm going to get started. First thing you need is a spray bottle with water. You need some watercolor paper, and you have to use the watercolor paper because I've tried it with regular cardstock and it doesn't work as nice. You need 2 colors of ink. I'm going to try Saffron and crushed curry. These are new colors for me. Pink Pirouette, Melon Mambo, and Pool Party and Island Indigo. The other thing you need is you need some kind of a craft mat, or a glass mat would work. Whatever, when we start and I get started, you'll be able to see the water has to react with the ink and bead up, but you don't want it so, if it beads too much, you're not going to get the look the effect you want. And then you also need paper towels, something to clean your mat off. Let's get started. All right, I'm going to do the Pool Party and the Island Indigo first. And what you want to do, and if you have the little mini spots that we send out in Paper Pumpkin, those are fabulous for this kind of thing. But you want to apply your ink to your mat. And I've zoomed way in, so hopefully you can see. The next thing is take your other ink and apply it also, and just kind of go wherever. Now, here's where the magic begins. You want to spritz, and you see how that beads up. Not all surfaces will do that. And then you want to take your cardstock, lay it in there. Now this is messy, and look at that. See, look at that gorgeous color. Now I missed a spot there, so I can go back in and tap it and get it. The other thing this will do is this will pool. As you can see, it's kind of pooling down here. If you don't care that it pools, that's fine. The other thing you can take and do is, and it's better with a paper towel, but I don't have one, so I'll take and just wipe it off. And then set it aside to dry. I'm going to use this same paper and do a background. That was a scrap that I can use to either cut up or use as a blend. Now see how it's not, there's nothing there? I'm just going to add some more water, and I'm going to stick it back on there and pick it up. Now, I don't care that that's over there. This is going to be a background. I do want some more over here, so I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to use my towel that I set aside, and I'm just going to wipe it off. Now, you can see where your fingers will be, so if you don't want your fingers to show, don't touch it. Set that aside to dry. And then there's all this ink here, and I don't want to waste it. So I have some scraps that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to pick up some colors. And I'm getting a lot of the darker because it started to mix in. Just gonna try and pick up some of the lighter color there, and I'm just going to leave that because I'm going to add another color to it. And that's the thing, is I've left this one also, so I'm going to set those aside to dry, but I'm just going to leave them there. Now you can keep going with this as much as you want. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to. I'm going to clean off my mat and make sure you get it all off, because if you don't, you'll get blue mixed in with another color, which may not be good. And you can see when it's clean. Okay, so I'm all cleaned off, and it's time. And as you can see, it is rather messy, so just be prepared to be inky. I'm going to try the pink, and in this one I'm using pink Pirouette, and I'm going to use Melon Mambo as my other color. But what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put a little bit of that down, because as you saw, when I put down too much of the darker color, it took over. Spritz it with my water, and I really spritzed it. And I'm going to take my cardstock, and here's what I'm going to do. I want to catch this, this, and this. So I'm going to angle my cardstock to do that. And I'm going to put it down and pick it up. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love pink anyway. All right, and I want to get this corner over here, so I'm going to put it down and get some. And I think I'm going to leave it like that. And I am not going to wipe this one off. I'm just going to leave it and let it dry. I'm going to take this piece that has the blue, and I'm going to add right in the center some pink, just like that. And this one, I'm going to add the pink on the end, and I'm just going to leave it. Now those, because it was so small, dried very quickly. So again, if you want to keep this, you can keep going. I am going to get rid of this so that I can do my last color. I don't want my video to be too long. And you can do this with any water-based ink. I just happen to have the Stampin' Up! Inks. And on this one, I'm going to use So Saffron and crushed curry. So I'm going to take my So Saffron. I'm going to try something a little different. Put my So Saffron there. I'm not going to try not to add as much ink. And again, I'm tapping randomly with the crushed curry. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to put my cardstock in, pick it up. See how you get some? Now there's not a whole lot there, so I'm going to go back up here where I know it's the lighter color and press down and get some. Same down here. There's some down here. There we go. And if you want more of a contrast, just stick it in and pick up a little of the yellow. Just barely tap it. Set this aside to dry. And I'm going to pull out my other papers and mix that. Do that one. And then this one is in the middle. So I did that. If you don't want your colors to mix like normally, if with the yellow and the pink you might get a coral color. If you don't want that to happen, make sure you let it dry in between. But wouldn't that be gorgeous with those colors on a card? Great Easter card. Okay. Set those aside to dry. And I've got another piece here, and I still have some yellow, so I'm going to just do some playing. I'm going to do some swirling. Now, most of this is not going to have the darker color on it, but there is some variation. I've got some way over here that I can try and pick up. So you get a paler color with this. So you just have to, you play with it and see if you like it. So I hope you enjoyed my video today and you will give this technique a try.